Hey guys, we got some news here coming from We Got This Covered that Carlos Valdes he wants to leave The Flash after season 5. Now this is interesting. I'm going to call this, I guess, a rumor and stuff, just because we'll have to wait and see as to where things go, and I'm not really sure of the credibility for this site. But let's jump into it here. If we go down here, here's where they talk about it. They talk about how they've gotten a hold of it, and they've got the hold that they've learned today that the actor wants to move on into new pastures and plans to leave the show once this season is done. I think this is kind of interesting. It kind of makes sense if you see the way things are going in this season so far. He hasn't really been involved too much. They've really been kind of pushing him away. The last few episodes, he hasn't really been in there. Vibe kind of got killed. Cisco is still alive, but killed off Vibe in the show, and then he came back only for a little bit. There we've only seen him in the suit like only a couple of times this season. So I think that's kind of interesting there. The other side thing that they say is that the upside is that it's likely the way he'll be exited will be something with Cisco being written out of the show without finding him, rather than finding him killed off. And I think that's something really interesting. That's something that they screwed up when they did Firestorm with Robbie Amell, Stephen Amell's cousin. They actually they ended up killing him off just because he had a movie that he had to film. But the way they did it was just kind of, they never brought him back, and they could never bring him back and stuff. And I think that was kind of disappointing that they did that. They could have just, they could have done the thing that they did and then say that he, appeared somewhere, something happened to him, we can't find him or something. But here you can just say that he's going off to look on his own. He needs to find himself or something, and he needs to go, and he travels from Earth to Earth, right? You never know where he's going to be, right? I think that could be something interesting to see. And as they point out here, is that perhaps even on the next, we can even see him like guest appearances, like in the Crisis on Infinite Earth. I think that could be something interesting, especially if he's just out. Especially if he's alive somewhere on Earth 1 or on a different Earth or whatever, he's going to hear about the Crisis on Infinite Earth, or he also knows about it. And so when things start popping up, he'd be like, oh, I got to go help do that, and then take off and then come back again. So I think this could be something interesting to see, to have him kind of take a break for a few seasons and then have him kind of jump on later on as like a recurring character, but only a few episodes per season. I think that could be something for later on, but I think I could see him not wanting to be in season 6 whatsoever. So I think this could be interesting here. They also do point out that their source points out that the source tells us that he's pretty confident in his intel. He can't confirm it 100% yet, so there's maybe a chance that Valdes might remain on the show after all. So I think that could be something interesting to see. We'll have to wait and see as to where things go with that. I think the only thing we can do online is just kind of show our support for the character and the actor in the role and stuff. So I think we just have to wait and see as to where things go, and just show him online that we like his role as Vibe. And if you wanted to keep it on, let me know what you think. So how would you like to see him exit? What would you like to see him go do? I think it'd be something interesting to see him just kind of go find himself, and then he kind of goes around starts exploring different Earths, and goes on the run, on the walk there, and just kind of does his own thing. I think that could be something interesting, and then you could have him, maybe one episode in Legends next season, one episode in Flash, maybe one episode in Arrow. Probably not next season. Probably wait till like a season after of everything. But just have little cameos here and there, and he could just shrink down to that. So as long as they keep him alive and they keep him open to returning, and they don't pull a Firestorm, I think that would be really good, and I think it'd be really interesting to see as to where things go, and to see who would fill up his shoes, on the show. I think that could be something interesting, and they could open it up to bringing in a new superhero to add to the show, and always as another character to add to the show. So I think that could be something interesting to see. So let me know what you think, guys, about this in the comments below. One of the things that I'm kind of worried about is with where things are going with the current storyline about him and Caitlin trying to figure out how to make a cure. I really hope that he doesn't end up, curing himself, come 100% of his powers, and that's when he's kind of like, oh, I have no more powers now. I'm just gonna go take off and see how I can help other people on other planets, and just goes to different Earths without powers. I think that's kind of it would kind of be a boring way to go. I mean, like, he doesn't have his powers, so whenever he comes back, he's just coming back without powers. I think that would be kind of disappointing and stuff. But we just have to wait and see as to where things kind of go with this. So let me know what you think, guys. Put this in the comments below. Do you think this is right? Do you know how credible the site is? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll try and put a link in the description. You can check it out if you want to read the full article. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.